All right, my trees are dry. So now I'm gonna show you a really cool trick to make the bark. So you're gonna need your black paint and your brown paint, and then grab a piece of cardboard. I put a couple pieces of cardboard in your bag. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna use your cardboard as your paintbrush, and it's a good idea to try this out on a scrap piece of paper. So I'm gonna start with the brown. I'm gonna dip the end of my cardboard in that brown, and then I'm going to just kind of whisk it along like this. And and then you have to keep dipping it to get more paint. But it's a good idea to kind of practice this before you do it on your trees. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna get my brown on there. You need to decide which side you're gonna come from. I'm gonna come from this side over, and I'm just going to lightly whisk this cardboard on these trees. And about every 2 or 3 times, I'm gonna come back and dip and whisk and whisk. Now, don't get too much on there because you're also going to come over with your black. Now, it's really your choice. If you only want to do brown or you only want to do black, that's fine. I tend to like a little bit of the mixture. I think it just makes it a little bit richer, because in nature we usually have a little bit more of a mixture of color and not a pure colors. Okay, I'm just going to continue on all my trees. Now on your little branches, there'll be a little bit of these. So you kind of want to wait till there's not a lot of paint on here, and then you can kind of use the edges to whisk a little bit. And I like to go from the top down on my branches. And again, if I mess up, I can just take my paint and kind of erase. That's the beauty of paint. You can always erase with more paint. Ooh, that one's kind of dark. So that might be one where I go in with some white, or with my, I made kind of a cream, kind of an off-white color. So I might go in with that, with another piece of my cardboard, and kind of get rid of a little bit. I got that one awfully dark. So just very lightly. The thing about doing this is you can always add more, but it's harder to take it away, but you can always add more. So start out light. All right, I'm gonna take the other end of my cardboard, dip it in my off-white color, and kind of come back over this. There we go. So I got rid of a little bit of that darkness there. Now I'm gonna grab another cardboard. Actually, I'm just gonna dry this one off. And I'm gonna use my black, but before I put it on those trees, I wanna test it out. All right, that's working well. Now the black is a lot darker than the brown. So definitely, if you wanna get a little excess off on your paper first, and then just start adding that black. That black's gonna kind of make everything pop a little bit. At the bottom, I don't mind it being dark. And now I'm gonna take a little bit of this black just on my branches. Whoever knew you could paint with a scrap of cardboard? And then when you feel like you've kind of got a nice mix of the black and the brown, then you can stop and I might need to paint that out. I don't know, I kind of like that look. Maybe I'll just kind of dot on the side of some of those, kind of give that a little definition there between some of my trees. So you can really play around with this, and like I said, if you can always test it out on here, and then you can always come back and erase with paint. And it's always kind of a good idea too. I'm kind of stepping back, looking at overall, you know, are my trees even? What do I need to add? Maybe a little there, maybe a little there. All right, I'm getting pretty happy. This one looks a little sad up here. All right, I'm thinking that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to touch up with my larger brush. Get a little white, a little blue. A little blue and white together here. Let's see, touch up a little there. Touch up a little there. I think I'm pretty good. All right. My trees are ready. I'm gonna let them dry, and while I let them dry, I'm gonna work on my cardinal. It's a good idea to go ahead and draw your cardinal first and practice the shapes before you start painting. So let's practice drawing.